The Sherry Triangle was one of the reasons we wanted to visit this part of Spain in the first place. Centered around Jerez de la Frontera, Sanlúcar de Barrameda, and El Puerto de Santa María, it's one of Spain's most famous wine production areas. Those towns are surprisingly compact and easy to explore in a single day. Rather than moving from hotel to hotel, we used Cádiz as our base and visited one town at a time. With short travel times and good transport connections, it turned out to be a simple and enjoyable way to discover the region. Our first stop was Jerez de la Frontera, a city best known as a home of sherry wine. Most of our time here was spent exploring traditional bodegas, walking through long cellars filled with rows of aging barrels, the heart of the city's wine culture. Between visits, we also spent time wandering through the old town. The streets felt calm and lived in, with people sitting in cafes, locals going about their day, and a relaxed rhythm that made it easy to simply slow down and watch the city life. Beyond the bodegas, we also visited the cathedral and stopped by the local market, which showed a more everyday side of Jerez. The city left a very positive impressions on us. Despite being the symbolic heart of Spanish sherry industry, the city never felt like a place built entirely around wine tourism. Beyond the bodegas, Jerez is simply a pleasant place to spend time, walking through its lively streets, watching daily life unfold, and stopping at one of the many outdoor cafes and restaurants along the way. Our next stop was Sanlúcar de Barrameda, another town of the Sherry Triangle. Arriving on Sunday, we were surprised to find the center full of people. The streets were lively, cafes were busy, and the local life seemed to be in full swing. What surprised us even more was the lack of tourists. For a while, it felt as though we were the only visitors in town. The reason soon became clear. Many of the local bodegas were closed for the day, and no tours were running. Unfortunately, that was something we hadn't considered when planning our visit. With only a few hours left before closing time, we headed to Castillo de Santiago. After a quick visit to the castle and its towers, we were rewarded with panoramic views over Sanlucar and the Guadalquivir River stretching toward the Atlantic. We also made our way to the waterfront, not so much for the beach itself, but to see the Guadalquivir River with our own eyes. After flowing across much of Andalusia, the river reaches the Atlantic here in Sanlúcar de Barrameda. The beaches were nearly empty during our visit, leaving plenty of space to walk along the shore and enjoy the peaceful atmosphere. It was one of those places we simply wanted to experience for ourselves. Our final stop in the Sherry Triangle was El Puerto de Santa María. Our visit was brief, but we still had time to walk through the historic center and see a different side of the Sherry Triangle. Like the other towns of the triangle, El Puerto felt compact and easy to explore. The streets were lively, with people filling cafes and squares, giving the town a welcoming and distinctly local character. One of its best-known landmarks is Castillo de San Marcos, a medieval fortress that has stood at the heart of the city for centuries and remains an important symbol of Puerto today. Although our visit was brief, El Puerto left the impressions of a place best enjoyed at a slower pace, wandering through its streets and simply taken in everyday life. Rather than heading back by train, we chose to return to Cádiz by ferry. As the boat crossed the water, the city slowly came into view, with giant cruise ships towering above the harbor and the old skyline appearing behind them. After exploring the Sherry Triangle, the ferry back to Cádiz felt like a small moment of its own across the bay. Before wrapping up our journey through this part of Andalusia, we made one final detour to Arcos de la Frontera. Perched high on the hill, the town is famous for its whitewashed houses, which seem to cover almost every street and building in sight. The historic center is compact and easy to explore on foot, although its narrow streets and steep slopes can quickly turn a short walk into a bit of a workout. From the town's lookout points, the surrounding countryside stretched out in every direction, making it easy to understand why Arcos is considered one of Andalusia's most beautiful white towns. Despite its small size, the town left a lasting impression on us and felt far more memorable than many places several times larger.